Hello, welcome back to the United Way for LA. It's Manchester United breaking news. Fabrizio Romano has come out to defeat the three famous words, Leny, Yoro, to Manchester United. Here we go. Deal done. He's our man. He does want to go to that little Real Madrid. He wants to come to Manchester United. Good old Manchester United. You can't beat it. The deal is done. It's in the bag. Signer number 2, Zirkzee, Leny, Yoro. What's going on? What is this? Is this Manchester United that are actually signing players quick? What the hell is going on? I don't know what I'm witnessing, but I'm loving every single minute of it. Yeah, I mean, times have changed. What times have changed? Ten Hag staying or bringing in signings like there's no tomorrow. You love it. But yeah, he is our man. So look, I thought I'd come on, because it's only right. I'll come on and do a video about Leny Yoro coming to Manchester United. Richard Mano has also said deal in place for Leny Yoro after the first part of his medical has been completed. More tests to follow. Then he's ready to sign a 5-year deal valid until June 2029. Lily and Manchester United have all documents set for the deal worth 50 million euros plus several add-ons, which could probably go up to 62 million quid. So look, it's nice to see that we have a deal in the bag though, because we needed a defender, we got one. We needed a striker, we got one. I'm still going to say I still think we need a midfielder. But look, we're not going to talk about who we need yet. We're going to talk about Leny Yoro, who's the new Manchester United signer number 2. He's a young lad. There's a bit of a battle between Manchester United and Real Madrid. It was up to Leny Yoro to decide whether he wants to go to Man United or Madrid. He decided when we're going to get most game time. Obviously, Manchester United. It doesn't matter which defender we brought in. They were going to get game time. They were going to be number 1 starter alongside Martinez at the back. So, the fact that we have him in now is a big plus. And now we basically, we have one pre-season game in the bag, and by the US tour, you hope we have another one. Again, who else do we bring in now? We have a striker in Zirkzee. We have a defender in Leny Yoro. Will we bring in another centre back? Will we look at the midfield? Will we look at right back? Their sort of positions people have been sort of mentioning. How's things, Ryan Pal? Hope you're doing well. Nice to have you along with us. But the fact that he's in the bag is a big plus. And yeah, we needed a defender. Even before the summer came along, we knew Varane was leaving. We thought we need to bring in a defender, and we brought in a defender. Again, would Leny Yoro be people's main option? Some would say, yeah. Got to the stage where I thought maybe we'll bring in Leny. It was sort of Leny or Yoro. They were sort of two. Then it was Brandway, but we weren't really interested in spending that money on Brandway. Were we? Good defender, really, really good defender. I'm sure he will get a big move sooner or later. Whether it's this summer or not is yet to be seen. But as much as he's a good defender, I'm glad we didn't dance to Everton's tune, because Everton need to sell players because they're in a bit of a sticky situation. So the fact that we said, look, we're not going to dance to your tune. We're going to look at other defenders. We're going to look at Yoro. We're going to look at Leny. We're going to look at, players like that who we can actually spend money on and say, right, we sell a bit more money for someone else. That's exactly what I want. Ron says, I can't quite believe Yoro has signed a big signing. It is. I mean, one thing I like about Manchester United now is we're signing players a lot quicker. We're not going out with them. We're not going for a walk and then we're going to have a cup of tea, then we're going to have a sleepover. We're not doing anything like that. We're actually saying, right, it's up to you now. You want to come to us, we want you. If you want us, let's go ahead. And that's what I want us to sign, players that want to come to us. Not that we have to beg them to come to us. I don't want that. I want, if we want to go for a player, this player's like, I'd really love to play for Manchester United. Get him in the bag, see how much he's worth, see how much, the do we have to spend big bucks? Do we have to take money out somewhere? Do we have to rob? Do we rob Little Elverand's? I mean, we still have money actually as well, don't we? For a what you call it? Because Varane's wages were a bit much, and then we decided, you know what? Let's really go. Let's do this. Oh, Emma is there, so yeah, let's get. I mean, I didn't know he was there, to be honest. Um, you know,
What gives? You didn't let me know you was coming on.
no, I didn't know you were coming on. No, but here we are. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. What a day. You wake up,
Yeah.
rumor is we're signing Xerxes. It turns out we are signing Xerxes. Voila.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, what? I mean, is this Manchester United, mate, or what's going on? It's not like us to do things like this.
Yeah. Remember how I was being cautiously optimistic back in the day when Ineos had taken over? I'm tipping over to delusional optimistic now. I'm reaching that stage where I believe that, you know what, we're gonna do something big now. We're getting the big names, we're getting business done early, we're doing the right shit.
No. I done a bit of a pause there. But yeah, I mean, like, do you reckon we spent the right money for him? Like, would you worry about the price that or the wage that he'd be given?
Um, so I just hang on a sec. Yeah, I think we may have paid a lot for him, but the thing is, he's still a growing superstar, and if he would have gone to Real Madrid and become a mega star there, and we would have tried to get him, it would have been 120 at least. So I think, 50 million euros for Euro, I think it's a fair amount. I feel, because we're, we're getting a very good player, and I think that it is this is the price you have to pay for premium players nowadays. And if he's as good as he's being touted as, I think 60 mil is going to look like a bargain price, especially considering the fact we were looking for a young centre back, and and you know Everton were asking for double the price for Branthwaite. So I feel like if it was between Branthwaite and Yoro, I think we made the better choice here. I think Yoro has got a higher ceiling than Branthwaite does.
Yeah. We have a Titus who has said fantastic stuff.
I
Don't know
think
what's
it's
going on here
Titus.
myself. Titus, sorry, yeah. I know I was saying that wrong. I'm sorry, pal. I apologise. I'm a bit bad when it comes to pronouncing names. Trust me, as a pro, I could say Amaya's name, if I'm being honest with you. I probably butchered that the first time as well. I'd have to go back and have a look. But yeah, I mean, like, you're happy with the signing. I'm happy with the signing. Ryan's happy. Titus is happy with the signing. Everyone so far is happy. I haven't seen anyone complain or say, "Oh, Jesus, why are we bringing in this player for?" Um, I mean, look, even Xerxes, like, I'm happy with the Xerxes signing as well. Actually, that's two signings that I can't argue with. And I
And
mean,
it's just July. We have a whole month and a half of transfers left, and this
no,
came out of nowhere. Like, no leaks, no nothing. It was just suddenly one in the morning. I woke up. It's like he has. It's rumored that he's gonna come, and then 5 hours later, it's done. It's all done.
yeah, I know.
I'm in
Like, that's
shock.
what I'm saying. Like, do you remember the days where we'd scout them and then we'd go and watch them play and then we'd go and have a cup of tea with them? Oh, man.
No, no, you're explaining it very simply. I'll tell you how it used to be. We would inquire. We would we would be looking to inquire, then we would leak that we are planning to inquire, and then we would inquire, get shit canned because we'd ask, because they know that we'd pay whatever they ask for, and then we'd think about it and then and ah, and on deadline they pay them the exact amount that they were asking for. That's how it would go.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we dance to that tune. It's like a panic. We panic, you know. We panic
Yeah,
for it.
like
But
contrast this signing to the Maguire signing. Look how different both of them were.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Yoro was like what 18, 19. So we have a couple of years.
18.
18, and like what his contract to go, I think, to 2029. So that's what 4 years,
5 years.
possibly an extra year. Oh yeah, we're in 2024. We sorry about that. 5 years. So that's 5 years of him, and I mean, look, him and Leach is going to be an exciting duo next season. That's something I'm definitely looking forward to seeing at the back. Um, but obviously we have Xerxes in, which we needed a striker anyways to compete with Rasmus. We needed a defender because you can't rely on Maguire, Lindelof, Johnny Evans. Obviously, Campbell is now gone. I don't know why we got rid of him. I would have liked him to stay. But anyways, do we? Do
He left
we?
for game time. Basically, from what I read in the Athletic article, it was
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not sure if
seeing
it
that.
was
Yeah,
on Steam, but that he wanted game time, and Eric told him that he's going to be fourth choice. So he only had 1 year left on his contract, and he refused to sign a new one. So then we decided to cash in on him, which is a fair thing. At this point, we are not in a place where we can let players go for free. If they're not going to sign a new contract, sell them. Whatever you're getting will be more than what you can get if you let them walk for free. And we need to balance our books right now.
yeah, exactly. Now we have a striker and a midfielder. Sorry, a defender. Now, do we look into the midfield? Because I think
Um,
we look like Casemiro. I know it was only a preseason game, but do you reckon he's still looking a bit sluggish? Well, look, he may get better as the season goes on if we keep him. But even if he was to bloody, would you still bring in another midfielder?
I think I think it's just a second. Keep speaking.
Yeah, no. Ryan has said no midfielder to side like yeah. I mean, he's been a player that's been doing the rounds of Manchester United last couple of weeks. Do you reckon he's man number three to come in?
So I think so. It all depends whether a Casemiro goes or not. So we're hearing that Saudi clubs are inquiring and deciding whether or not to sign him or not. So we don't know exactly how this is going to play out. We could go either way at this point. Like we need to get rid of Casemiro to get enough funds to balance the books for Xerxes, Yoro, and Ugarte. I think Ugarte is going to be a loan with an obligation to buy because right now I don't think we are in the financial zone to just pay 60 mil or something like that. Is what I think that's the fee that 60 million euros is what PSG want for him. I think that's somewhere around the thing. I think we'll pay them a loan fee and then see if we can buy him next semester, like how it was with Amrabat. So,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
think right now we need to get one Casemiro off the books and out of the club. And this is no offense to him. I loved his first season, hated his first second season. And I think his legs are gone. I don't think he can cut it in the Prem anymore. So I think it's best that we draw a line under this now instead of letting him go next year where he could potentially even be worse. So yeah.
yeah. I mean, like even I'm surprised. I mean, look, I say I'm surprised, but I thought maybe he would have been a lot closer to a move. But obviously, Saudi clubs are interested, but there's not really much movement going on with him. I mean, how much have we spent so far? Xerxes was in the 40s range, wasn't he? Joshua Xerxes, something like that. We didn't
So he
spend,
was 42 million euros.
and then
And
Xerxes is
I think
probably going to be worth around 60 mil, is it? 62, something like that. Add-ons and all
it's
that sort.
50 with add-ons. It's 50
Yeah,
million euros with add-ons.
so
So
it'll be
there's
probably more.
so we've
Latest.
basically spent and we've basically amortized Xerxes contract to about 3 years or so. It's like we've
Yeah,
paid 42. We've increased the amount of installments we can pay it in, and
yeah,
Euro is 50. So right now, I think news broke out that we're selling Mason, and we've sold Willie Kamwala
yeah,
for like 10 mil, and I think we sold Donny van de Beek for a little bit of money as well, chump change. So I think these three combined, I think equal up to one signing of Xerxes at the very least. Now,
yeah,
Euro is another one that we've basically got done as well. So we need to get a few more players off the books and out of the club before we can buy anyone else. I think Lindelof might be going now, and there's some news that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is currently being scouted by West Ham. So it might come that both Wan-Bissaka and Lindelof leave, which frees up a bit more money that we can use to purchase Mateus Delict with as well. Sorry if my voice seems a bit trembly right now. I've got a sore throat for some reason.
Oh, yeah, cool. Ryan's also said, I also think if we can sell Lindelof and Maguire, we can then get the elite. And I did see something around that they would like to bring in the elite, but that wouldn't be something to get me hopes up on. But look, I mean, look, if we could sell Lindelof or Maguire, you never know. You
I
know,
think we're selling
you just,
Lindelof regardless. I think it's a
yeah,
toss up between Sancho and Maguire. I don't think we're going to sell all our English players. There's still like
yeah,
some domestic quota that we need to hit. And we can't just sell Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire, and Jadon Sancho all three in one window. So
yeah,
I
that's
think you
true.
might see two of them at most go out, but I think one of them sticks around. We need to. I think we'll. I don't see Aaron Wan-Bissaka leaving because I just don't think we'd want to, because we'll have to buy another right back if we get rid of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So I don't think we're going to do that right now. I think centre back is a position we have at least cover in, and wingers is a place that we have cover in. So we can afford to get rid of that. If we get rid of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, then again there's a spot that we need to fill in at right back. We're already needing a left back. So I feel like there's a problem that will be created where it could not where it could be avoided. Oh, that's a nice little animation. Put that up again.
this,
Guys,
this,
smash that like and subscribe if you haven't already.
yeah, yeah, that much
Whoever's
appreciated.
watching, I know you guys watch. I watch from the sides. I see the views that this channel does. Come on, guys, subscribe.
Yeah. It has been a while
Hit
since
the
we've been live, so I can understand. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think we should sell him. You know, I don't think we should. Like you said, even Ryan says getting rid of him is silly. If we had the funds, you could say, right, we could afford, an X, Y, and Z player, but
Because here's the thing. Because if we sell him, we're gonna need another right back. When we're already needing a left back as cover, a central defensive midfielder, maybe even two central midfielders, and and a centre back. So
yeah,
like these are the positions that we're trying to upgrade already. Like right back is the one spot I feel like which is locked. Like you've got two players who are very good, who can do a job whatever you want. Defensive, attack, you got a player for each thing. So I don't see it happening. Like there's a valuation that can be met, but I would prefer to not touch the right back spot for this window at very. Maybe next year when we're in a better position. Sure, not now.
it's like if we get rid of Wan-Bissaka, we're just creating more problems for ourselves. Like, you know what I mean? Just go for what you have to. Um,
Exactly.
don't
Exactly.
let's sell right back, and then now you scratch your heads like, oh, we still need a midfielder, but now we need a right back. You know what I mean? Don't create more problems for yourselves. Ron says just creating more work for ourselves. Yeah, literally. I'm sorry. Centre back for centre back, centre mid for centre mid. Just keep it simple that way. Exactly. Just fill in the gaps that need filling. You know what I mean? No need to
I think
make a gap.
I think if we can get rid of Lindelof and Maguire, that's about 40 million. That should ideally get us somewhere close to the valuation of what we want for Delict. And then we can also sell Casemiro, and then we can get Ugarte in. I think all of them combined, like Lindelof, Casemiro, and Maguire together, I think solves. Apologies, viewers. I think Dean's camera has just gone offline. But regardless, we shift the camera to me. There we go. He's back. Yeah,
Yeah, no, sorry about that.
yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, I don't see us getting rid of Aaron Wan-Bissaka because yes, I mean the source is West Ham own camp that they're basically talking. I think it's just a ploy because I think they want Kyle Walker Peters and they're basically saying that we'll get Aaron Wan-Bissaka if Kyle Walker Peters is not available. I don't see them trying to buy him off us because we've got a solid valuation of 20 million, and last time they weren't willing to give us 30 for Maguire. I don't see them giving us 20 for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So
yeah,
I don't see him leaving this summer. I just don't. I think it's a signing. It's a sale that doesn't make any sense. I think
yeah,
the sale of Lynn and Maguire to get Delicton would be just as good, and you can upgrade. You can get one of the academy graduates to fill in the Kambwala spot of, uh, say, Will Fish or Reese Bennett. One of the two can fill in as auxiliaries, as a stand-in centre back in case we get more injuries. Fingers crossed we
yeah.
don't. Touch wood.
Well, that's the thing. That's why like that's what I'm thinking. Like, do we need to bring in another centre back just in case? Touch wood and cross. Fingers and legs crossed. Do you bring in another defender just in case? Like, I mean,
I mean, if we get Delict in, I don't think we need to because then we'll
yeah, but
have Martinez, Yoro, Delict, Evans, and you can also have one of the academy lads put in
yeah,
like Will Fish or Reese Bennett or Habiba Gonai. These are all three of them could be just slotted in. If they're good enough, they're good enough. They could basically take up the Kambwala role.
yeah,
And we also have Luke Shaw as well, who can play at centre back. So there is options at centre back, and then you
yeah.
can
That's
go for Ugarte and Amrabat, depending on whether or not we decide to actually go forth with his signing.
yeah. Well, like we've agreed personal terms with Delhi. So if we want to go in for the kill, if we have the phones there, you know what I
No, we
mean.
don't have the funds because we spent the funds on Euro. Now we
So I'm
don't have the
saying,
funds for
then
Delhi.
you need to get
So
rid
we
of
need
a
to get
defender to even be close enough to afford them, and then yeah, I don't think we'd get rid of Maguire and Lindelof in the same summer.
I think we
I mean,
can.
maybe
I
that's
think we
what
can.
we do, but the problem is clubs just like you wouldn't be surprised if a bid comes in for Lindelof and Maguire, but then it takes like last
Because
season we
Lindelof
thought
is yeah, because
last summer
Lindelof is
was
in the
like
last year of his contract. Because Lindelof is
yeah,
in the
look
last year of
back
his
at him.
contract and he's not renewing it, so that means we have to get rid of him to get any value. Otherwise, he walks on a free next season. Maguire's stock is at an all-time high. I don't think we're going to get a better offer for him right now. And I think the way that we are trying to play, I don't think Maguire suits it, and we have to basically pull ourselves back to accommodate for Maguire when we play. So I think right now it's best that we part ways while the iron is we strike when the iron is still hot. And if we get a 30 mil offer for Maguire now, this is FA Cup winning centre back Harry Maguire. This is England international Harry Maguire. This is Carabao Cup winner Harry Maguire. This is so you've got enough in the bank to ask for 30 million. If anyone gives it, just
Yeah,
sell quick because you even get rid of Harry's wages off the books. He's like on 250k a month a week,
yeah,
so you can use that and delete. will probably not be, according to the reports, he was willing to take a pay cut as well to come to United. So I feel like
Here we go. He's there for the taking. He's definitely there for the taking. We just need we basically we just see like if we if we can get rid of Maguire and Lindelof this summer, it'd be an absolute dream. But our problem is like one of Ryan's comments down there that we'll go to. It's always a waiting game when it comes to us. Like last summer, it was like remember seeing the news. It won't be long now before we see Maguire to West Ham. Here we go, and he's still here. If I could find it, I'll send it around. But Ryan has said we definitely need another centre back. I want to lift because quality depth in that area is lacking, as we know. Yeah, well, I feel a lot more comfortable if we brought in another centre back. If we weren't going to bring in a midfielder, which I still think we should, as much as I love Casemiro, I think we should ship him off elsewhere. But look, let's see what happens. Panda says, I'm definitely saying that name right. Sell one of the right wingers, Anthony or Sancho. Ahmad will stay. One of the two will stay. Sell the other one and get good money. Well, I mean, I don't think we'll get rid of Anthony and definitely not Ahmad. So Sancho, I mean, he's back in training. I mean, could we see a Sancho stay, or would you still ship him off? I mean, I don't know. Like,
it's not really what I want. I know Jadon Sancho is a good footballer. Like, I know he's a good footballer, but realistically, I just don't see a way back for him. I think it's done for him. I think we're playing the hiding game. We're basically just saying, oh no, we want him so that we can get a decent price. I think Juventus is a place that's been touted for him, and I think it's if we can get a good enough cash deal for him, I think we're gonna quick sell him. Like, he's a good player, but I'm sorry, it's just not gonna work for him.
yeah.
So
I mean,
in terms of wingers, I think I'm pretty sure it's Panda or Panda. I'm not sure, but um, to further his point, I think we still have Pelistri on the books. I think we can sell him. He's had a good Copa. I think 15 million is a good deal for him. 15 million euros, I think we can get for him, because you know you're not just selling any winger. You're selling Copa America semi-finalist Uruguayan national winger Pelistri.
Anthony.
Pelistri. Anthony is not going anywhere.
Pelistri,
Unfortunately,
God, I
he's
forgot about him. Yeah, jeez, yeah, I forgot about Pelistri. Honestly,
yes.
I forgot about him. But then even though, like, yeah, for him and Ten Hag may have, like, probably even made up. It's probably just like, look, don't want you back, but I'll let you train or something, like that.
No,
I
I
doubt
just I think the comments of Pelestri's agent was something like, if Ten Hag is still at the club next season, then Pelistri won't be, or something like that. So at that point, when your agent's saying shit like that, you generally kick him to the curb. And I don't think anyone's going to buy Anthony off you because of the shitty season that he had.
Yeah. Everyone said just because he's made up with Ten Hag doesn't mean he's staying. Sancho was a crybaby who, when he doesn't get his own way, he will cause more problems, so we need to sell him. Well, look, I'd still sell him. I'd still get rid of him, if I'm honest with you. You know what I mean? Yeah, he may be back training. Yeah, he may get along with some of the, Rashford. He probably only gets along with Rashford and maybe Maguire, a few younger lads. But the fact that, I know it's only a comment, but the fact that he left it there and then he keeps standing his ground, and before he went on loan to Borussia Dortmund, he was in no rush to apologise to Ten Hag. No, I'd still ship him off. I'm very surprised actually if he's here come the new season. Like, if he goes on that US tour, I'll be very surprised.
I think we can't sell all of our English players. So I think in
Sancho
any combination, English players. So we have a homegrown quota. So I think one
that's what I'm
of
saying. You get rid of Sancho, and then you won't get rid of Maguire and Sancho.
You can't get rid of Sancho and Maguire and Alan Van Bissaka. I feel like in some way one is going out of these three, but which one I can't tell you. And one is going, two might be going. But I doubt all three of these players will be here next like when the season begins.
But Wan-Bissaka I'd keep. I'd sell Sancho, and I do get your point, but I'd sell Sancho still and Aguero. I'm sure you'd agree with that as well. But I do get what you're saying, because
I think if
English.
Sancho fits a system better than Maguire does, that's the only difference. Like
Yeah,
if
that's
you
like,
had to
does he
stick with
go on the
one,
preseason tour? Like, does he go to the US? Like, does he? Does he even
I mean,
deserve another
as of now
chance?
he has to. As of now he has to. There's no other choice because if
Yeah,
there's no bids coming for him, we have to get him fit because otherwise you're just gonna have no players fit for preseason,
yeah.
post preseason. Like
Do you
Garnacho is
think he
currently on
deserves?
the.
Do
No,
you think he
not
deserves
really. But
another
here's
chance?
the thing:
No.
this it's business at the end of the day, and I feel like if we don't manage to sell him, we were gonna have to play him so that we can make him attractive enough that we can sell him down
Yeah,
the line. We can't just keep him on the bench and just kick him out to the under 18s again.
yeah. So,
He's on
sort
fat
of,
wedge. So you need to play that asset that you have
yeah,
in your arsenal.
yeah. So we bring Sancho, and we hope he has an absolutely brilliant preseason. So clubs are like, this fella's good. Let's bring him. Let's bring him in. Ryan says we'll struggle to sell Anthony, that's for sure. And he also says get rid of Sancho will be another challenge too. Well, yeah, I mean,
That's
clubs
the
be
thing.
looking
We
at
spent 150 million on these two, and neither of them are well. Seemingly,
okay.
neither of them are good enough to be starters for Manchester United, and we can't sell either of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
think Q would work.
Like we can bring players in, you could say no problem as of now, but selling them, I mean, yeah, it's selling them is always is a problem. Like we can sell the younger players, no problem, but selling, you could say bigger players is it's a bit of an issue as well. So look, I'm sure most of I'm sure Sancho is up for sale. I'm sure Maguire's up for sale. Lindelof, whether Wan-Bissaka, he's sort of up and down really. Wan-Bissaka, surely has to stay. Surely, even let him stay for another year. If you don't let him stay for another year at least. And again, like Ryan says, it's the wages though. They're on as well. The wages, sure Sancho's wages aren't. I'm sure he's getting a lot of money a week.
You know, another thing about Aaron Wan-Bissaka is he turns up for finals.
Yeah,
So
there you
Ten
go.
Hag is definitely a good trophy manager. Like he cup game manager, so he likes to be in cup finals. And in your cup finals, you generally require players like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who are specialists who basically clamp down one of their attacking players and then give you that much of an advantage.
Yeah.
So I just don't see that Wan-Bissaka leaves. A lot of
I don't
people are
know.
saying it that he's going to go, but a lot of people said Maguire and McTominay were leaving last season, and none of that happened either. So
Yeah, yeah. Isn't like something like with Fulham or something like they want them for like 17, 18 mil or something mad like that about Scott McTominay. So that's another player who,
who for 17, 18?
Scott McTominay,
No, which club?
Fulham.
I I don't think that was ever in actual like I don't think
No, there
Fulham
was
were
no
ever gonna.
like wasn't no bid was placed, but sure. So I just seen something around that. Him and Fulham because they sold Pelinius, so I'm sure McTominay's on their list of
Yeah,
replacements.
thing is, they're trying to replace Palinia. Why would they get someone who plays more like Andreas Pereira? Like they already
Yeah,
have an academy graduate, Manchester United academy graduate playing attacking midfield for them. They don't really need Scott McTominay there. It's just not. It
yeah,
wouldn't make sense. Fulham, I don't think is a stupid club. I think they do buy smart, so I doubt they'd ever want McTominay. The clubs that currently would take McTominay, I feel, are still. I think even West Ham won't because of Lopetegui currently going. If David Moyes was still there, I would say there would be a chance.
mm,
I think Everton is one. I think one of the recently, I think Southampton might be one. Some of the lower ones like Brentford might be another one. Um, so I really don't see a lot of clubs asking for Scott McTominay at this point in time.
yeah.
And
I mean, He definitely being
because
a player that would be tough to sell if we were.
I mean he's not a player that we need to sell right now. Like
Yeah,
he fills a role. He does not
I
on
think
massive
Ten Hag
wages.
likes McTominay. I think Ten Hag likes McTominay. I don't think you
Yeah,
want to get rid.
yes. Like every manager that has had to manage Scott McTominay likes Scott McTominay because he just doesn't kick a fuss. He just plays where you tell him to play. He keeps his heads down. A popular figure in the dressing room, a leader. Uh, he's not a very vocal leader, but he's on
Yeah,
pitch. He's captained the club at Anfield, no less. So I don't see us getting rid of him. Like
yeah,
unless 30 mil comes, I don't think we should get rid of him either. It's just fact of life. Like, if we were to buy any central midfielder who's an international and has scored 10 goals for his club, like double figures, so from central midfield, we'd have to pay more than 30 mil. So Scott McTominay for 30 mil makes
yeah.
sense.
Well, speak of McTominay, Chris Wheeler. This is literally just came up from the paddock actually. Manchester United have rejected an offer from Fulham for Scott McTominay. The bid is said to be under £30 million for McTominay, who also has interest from Turkish clubs. So they have rejected the Fulham bid, according to Chris Wheeler. Um, it's like Manchester United want 30 million or more. They're not going to settle for anything less. Well, I mean, look, if
Smart
we
move.
get rid of 40 million or more, happy days.
Yeah. And that is Anjali. That's my college class friend.
Yeah, it was nice to have Angeli in the chat. Big up, pal. Is that a friend of yours?
Yeah, we're
Jay
in
of
the yeah yeah I, we're in the same class.
All right, cool. Ryan said McTominay should leave, and I'll be glad to see it. Sorry. Well, look, Fulham have rejected, or we've rejected a bid from Fulham. Look, if someone came along and said, look, 30 mils or more from McTominay, I'd be like,
Yeah, I
all
think
right.
even this Ten Hag has come out and said, right, every player has a price which we are
Yeah,
willing to sell at, and if the price is not met, we won't sell them. So
yeah,
that was it. Match
yeah.
the price, get the player.
Exactly. One player I wouldn't get rid of for any price is Bruno. What a man. But anyways, I mean, look, let's see who else we can bring in. Hopefully, it'd be nice to see us bring in another defender if possible, and a midfielder. Probably a big ask, but look, let's see what happens. Manchester United, we signed Xerxes last week. We're signing
We signed Yoro this week.
Loro
Who
this week.
knows what the next week's gonna bring?
Exactly.
Stay tuned to find out.
Exactly. But look, it's nice to see that we're actually bringing in players. Hopefully, we have another one or maybe two before
We go on
the US.
America tour this week, I think. Well, next week. When do we go to America?
I think our first game is Arsenal next weekend.
Next week,
That's
right? So
such a late
I think we
kickoff.
might sell one player at the very least in this week. I feel now we've got two in. I think one of our players is going before the US tour. We'll see what happens. There was some reports that this what's his name, Benfica and PSG are currently negotiating on a price for João Neves. Now that's interesting because if João Neves comes to PSG, I think that basically clears the way for Manuel Ugarte to leave and come to United. So keep an eye on that space. And guys, if you want the latest news, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to our socials. Dean is always on the case. As soon as he finds out, he makes a post about it, and we will be live whenever news breaks.
Exactly. I can't wait for the US tour because I think it's first game is Arsenal next Saturday, 1:30 in the morning. I'll be going on holidays on the Monday, which that match will be sort of on a Sunday, I think, or whatever. So yeah, I might go mad and I'll be on a buzz, so I might do a watch along for that. We'll see what happens. But mate, thanks for coming on, pal. Appreciate your company as always. And
yes, of course.
Thanks,
subscribe, guys. Whoever is here and hasn't subscribed, subscribe. If you're a cool guy, if you're a jackass, don't subscribe, but then leave a like.
Exactly. But thanks, everybody, for watching. And look, if anything exciting breaks, we will be on to to discuss about. But until then, thanks for watching.
Goodbye.